In last class, we have some discussion about interpretation of statutes. Uh, we discuss. I just sum up the discussion of last class. So we discussed that in law we will encounter with two kind of view. First is black letter view of law, and the second one is proposed view of law. Secondly, we have concluded that the uh, interpretation is just a process to arrive from black letter view to proposed view of law, and this process is to be done by the court itself. Thirdly, we have also concluded the lawmaking function lies on legislature and the work of interpretation lies on court. It means the court is no way concerned with the making of law, but court is concerned with the explanation of law and the interpretation of law. So here we are concerned with two terminology, lawmaking as well as interpretation of law. So lawmaking function always we remember is lies to the legislature and interpretation of the concerned law lies to the court. So these are the some brief things which we are discussed in last class. Since our subject is an interpretation of statutes, so firstly we will have an idea in respect of statute. So do you have any idea in respect of statutes? What statute exactly means? Here we are concerned with the word statute. And is there any difference between law and statute? Anybody else? Anybody who is acquainted with the term statute and meaning of the term statute? प्लीज रिप्लाई इफ यू डोंट नो. अगर आप नहीं जान रहे हैं तो आप उसको रिप्लाई कर सकते हैं, और जान रहे हैं तो फिर उसको तुरंत बोल सकते हैं.
No idea. No idea.
No idea, sir.
Okay. So that prompt reply is to be required because we are taking classes on online board. तो हम लोग को prompt reply, क्योंकि हम आपका facial expression नहीं देख सकते हैं, तो prompt reply होगा तो हम लोग उसको देख सकते हैं. Okay. No. Never mind.
So,
The term
I think
statute is expressly being used. हाँ, अनंत जी आप कुछ बोलना चाह रहे हैं?
हाँ, मैं स्टैच्यू क्या क्या
मनीष भूषण जी आप अपना माइक ऑफ कर दीजिए सर. आप अगर बोलना नहीं चाह रहे हैं तो माइक ऑफ कर दीजिए सर, अगर आप बोलना नहीं चाह रहे हैं. मनीष जी हाँ बोलिए सर. अनंत जी.
हाँ, तो स्टैच्यू is anything which is like any constitution or any act, any bylaws, any regulations that is there. So all of them are considered as statutes, right? All bylaws, rules.
Okay, thank you for thank you for your reply, Anand ji. As Anand ji said that the statute may be referred by the various names. A statute may be either bylaw, rules, regulation, whatever it may be. That all is called statute. So here some explanation is to be required. So as I asked the question that is there any difference between statutes and law? So the answer lies, Anandji, in this question that there is a difference between statute and law. So statute is a kind of law. स्टैट्यूट जो है वो लॉ का एक प्रकार है, एक तरह का एक प्रकार. तो स्टैट्यूट बेसिकली रेफर्स द स्टेट. As we know that today democratic society runs through the state. हम लोग को पता है कि आज का जो डेमोक्रेटिक सोसाइटी है it runs through the conception of the state. Here we are not concerned with any ruler, so we have just created a hypothetical authority, and that hypothetical authority through which we are ruled is established as a state. तो हम लोगों ने एक हाइपोथेटिकल कंसेप्शन क्रिएट किया है डेमोक्रेटिक सोसाइटी को रन करने के लिए, एंड दैट हाइपोथेटिकल सोसाइटी इज नोन एज स्टेट। हम लोग क्या आज के डेट में कोई रूलर का कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं है। अर्लियर वी आर गवर्न्ड बाय द रूलर, बट in today democratic society we are governed by the state. So state, the term statutes is has a connection with state. The state, as we know, the state is an abstract entity. जैसा कि हम लोग जानते हैं कि स्टेट जो है उसका कोई फिजिकल एग्जिस्टेंस नहीं है, दिस इज जस्ट एन हाइपोथेटिकल कंसेप्शन। इट इज बिकॉज ऑफ दिस रीजन हाउ द स्टेट वर्क। अब क्वेश्चन उठता है कि स्टेट, सिंस स्टेट इज नॉट अ फिजिकल entity, it is an abstract entity, so how this state will function, how this state will run? So state is run through the statutes. State जो है वो रन करती है statute से। So it is so, the statute refers the will of the state. State का will क्या है, how the state believes that the subject will work। स्टेट कैसे बिलीव करती है कि मेरे सब्जेक्ट जो है वो कैसे काम करें? इट इज थ्रू द स्टैट्यूट्स। इट मींस द टर्म स्टैट्यूट्स रेफर्स द विल ऑफ द स्टेट, एंड स्टैट्यूट्स ऑलवेज बी विल ऑफ द हाईएस्ट लेजिस्लेटिव बॉडी ऑफ द स्टेट। जो किसी भी स्टेट की हाईएस्ट लेजिस्लेटिव बॉडी होगी उसके विल को हम लोग स्टैट्यूट्स कहते हैं। So in context of India, when we use this term, it means whatever the parliament express will by the making law, that law is called statutes. Similarly, if we talk this thing in context of state of Jharkhand, yeah, any state within the India, so whatever the legislative assembly of the concerned state express through the law making, that law is called statutes. तो कहने का मतलब क्या है? Meaning thereby, the statutes refers the will of the highest body of the state, highest legislative body of the state. It means rules, regulations, these are not be a part of the statutes. Only the highest legislative body of the state make the law is called statutes, and through that law state express their will, so that this is called statute. इसीलिए इसको हम लोग बोलते हैं स्टैट्यूट। किसी भी स्टेट की जो हाईएस्ट लेजिस्लेटिव बॉडी है, जब वो कोई लॉ फ्रेम करती है तो दैट लॉ is called statutes. उसको ही हम लोग स्टैट्यूट से बोलते हैं। तो by and large we notice that there is a difference between statutes, rules, regulation, इसमें डिफरेंस है, हम लोगों ने यहाँ नोटिस किया। तो आनंद जी, you might be get clear and I hope so you get understood that the term statute expressly refers the expression of the state, and this expression is to be considered as the highest legislative body of the state. So I hope so the meaning is to be get clear. So Sikha ji, what we termed by the statutes?
So
These are the very basic things which we need to be learned.
So it is the law
Sikha ji,
framed by
please.
the. Yes, sir.
What?
So statute means expression of states, and
law framed by?
law framed by the highest legislative body of state. That is the statute.
Yes, of course. It means by and large we will make a difference between law and statutes. इसका मतलब ये है कि हम लोग डिफरेंस कर सकते हैं लॉ एंड स्टैट्यूट्स में। तो लॉ इज अ ब्रॉडर एक्सप्रेशन एंड स्टैट्यूट इज somehow a narrow expression, and statute is a kind of law, एक तरह का लॉ हो गया। The statutes always to be remembered is an expression which is to be made by the highest legislative body of any state। किसी भी स्टेट के रेफरेंस में आप बात कर सकते हैं। इंडिया के रिस्पेक्ट में भी बात कर सकते हैं, यूनाइटेड स्टेट ऑफ अमेरिका के बारे में बात कर सकते हैं. दिस टर्म हैज एन यूनिवर्सल एप्लीकेबिलिटी. द टर्म स्टैट्यूट हैज एन यूनिवर्सल एप्लीकेबिलिटी. इसका यूनिवर्सल एप्लीकेबिलिटी है, दिस इज नॉट वर्ड विच इज बीइंग यूज्ड ओनली इन द सेंस ऑफ इंडिया. So, and this is very important to be understood. कि आप लोग को being a student of law and being a part of this legal fraternity, you must be understood the term statute. Now, so today we will have to consult with the term statute. हम लोग आज जो है वो statutes पे ही बात करेंगे. In next class we will have to consult with the interpretation of the statute. So since our subject is interpretation of the statute, so firstly we'll have a clear-cut understanding in respect of the statute. And the understanding is important to require, because without understanding this word, we will not have to come into the subject of interpretation of statute. So what we concluded up to that, in the term statutes express, the term statute is to be related with state. हम लोगों ने पहला कंक्लूजन ड्रॉ किया अब तक के डिस्कशन में कि द टर्म स्टैट्यूट जो है वो स्टेट से रिलेटेड है, और दिस टर्म इज टू बी ऑरिजिनेटेड थ्रू द टर्म स्टेट. Now, the second is we have concluded that statute is something which is to be law and which is to be made by the highest body of any state. So, highest body of the state जो law बना, highest legislative body of the state जो कोई law बनाती है, that is to be called statute. Now, in order to expand this discussion, I just want to share something important slide to you. So please get confirmed to me whether that slide is appear to you or not.
It's a little doubt, sir. Any law that is being passed by the
Yes,
highest
we will
level.
have to take your doubt. Maniji, we will have to take your doubt after the conclusion of the class. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So please see the slide which I want to show you. Okay. Whether slide is appear to you all now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Slide आप लोग को दिख रहा है?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, this is a this is a slide which talks about the meaning of statutes. So here we will see the word statute is used to designate the legislatively created law. Statute is always concerned with the law which is to be created by legislative body. And this law is to be, this term is to be used in contradiction to the court decided law or unwritten law. So what we conclude here is that the word statutes always be referred to a law which is to be created by the highest legislative body of any state. More authoritatively, we consult the Black Law Dictionary. The meaning of the statute is to be clear that this is an act of legislature. As I told earlier, that state is an abstract entity. It has no physical existence. It is because of this reason the word statute refers the expression of the state. How the state will function? The state will function by making the statute. And in that statute, the state either declares something or command something or prohibit something, and by that declaration, command and prohibition, the state express their will that in which way the state wishes to regulate their subjects. So this is the term statutes as per the Black Law Dictionary. And so by and large, we here conclude that the statute is a kind of law. And by that, we will have to enter into discussion of classification of law or classification of statute. You may also call, आप इसको classification of statute भी कह सकते हैं या classification of law भी कह सकते हैं. because before interpretation we must have an acquainted with the nature of the law, and in order to understand the nature of the law, we have to be get familiar with the classification of the law or classification of the statute. So there are mainly a four division under that classification of law. These classification may be municipal law and international law. Means this is one of the classification of law. Municipal law and international law. A law may be either a municipal law or the international law, or statutes may be either in a municipal in nature or international in nature. Again, the another classification of statute is, or a law is private law, public law. Similarly, the another classification is the criminal law and civil law. Then another classification is substantive law and procedural law. So what we are concluded on the basis of this discussion is that law has a several classifications depending upon the purpose and depending upon the context it is being used. तो हम लोग इस डिस्कशन से ये कंक्लूड कर सकते हैं कि लॉ का क्लासिफिकेशन बहुत तरीके का है और ये डिपेंड करता है कि किस पर्पस से आप इस टर्म को यूज कर रहे हैं और किस कंटेक्स्ट में हम लोग इसको यूज कर रहे हैं. तो द क्लासिफिकेशन मे बी आइदर अ म्युनिसिपल लॉ और इंटरनेशनल लॉ, प्राइवेट लॉ और पब्लिक लॉ, क्रिमिनल लॉ और सिविल लॉ, और सब्सटेंटिव लॉ एंड प्रोसीजरल लॉ. So now we come into the discussion that what is municipal law and what is international law. There is one of the classification that is municipal law and international law. So when we use this term law or statutes in context with any territory, जब टेरिटरी के सेंस में हम लोग इस लॉ वर्ड को या स्टैट्यूट्स को यूज करते हैं तो वी विल गॉट दिस क्लासिफिकेशन म्युनिसिपल लॉ एंड इंटरनेशनल लॉ. So municipal law is a law which is applied within the state, and international law is a law which talks about the law of all the nations, law through which we regulate the relationship between one state to the another state. तो अगर हम लोग कंट्री के सेंस में बात करें तो एक पर्टिकुलर कंट्री को में जो लॉ अप्लाई होती है तो दैट लॉ इज टू बी कॉल्ड द म्युनिसिपल लॉ फॉर दैट पर्टिकुलर कंट्री. मींस इंटरनल जो लॉ होगा, जैसे इंडिया के कंटेक्स्ट में हम लोग अगर बात करें तो हम लोग ये देखेंगे कि वट एवर द लॉ विच इज टू बी अप्लाइड फॉर द इंडियन सब्जेक्ट्स एंड विच इज टू बी एप्लीकेबिलिटी within the territory of India, so that law is to be called municipal law of India. Now, if we apply this term law in the sense of two or more states, means India and United States of America, then there how the relationship between these two states, as for example India and United States America, is to be get regulated. So this is through the international law. So it means law which has applicability among all the nations and through which the conduct of all the nation in international sphere is to be get regulated. That law is to be called international law. So we are many times we are concerned with the term municipal law and international law. So whenever you are come across with this terminology that this is a part of municipal law and this is a part of international law, you must have a perfect understanding in respect of what is municipal law and what is international law. So municipal law, I hope so will be get understood, that law which has an applicability within the territory of any state, and international law is the law through which the international relationship between a different country is to be get regulated. So this is one of the classification of law. Law may be either municipal law or international law. The another classification of law is public law and private law. I hope so it is to be appeared in your slide. So please be concentrate on these two terminology, that law may be either public law or a private law. So public law means that law through which the state is to be get regulated, and private law is that kind of law by which the state regulate its subject. जैसे कुछ ऐसे लॉ होते हैं जिससे स्टेट का ही रेगुलेशन होता है. As for example, constitutional law. We come across with the word constitutional law so many times. Always to be understood, this constitutional law, the nature of this constitutional law is a public law. And public law means that kind of law by which the state is to be get regulated. The state is regulated hoga. It is because of this reason under the constitution we will come with the various organs of the state, such as the legislature, executive and judiciary. The Supreme Court and High Court is to be established by constitution. And once we read the constitution, we will learn the how, what are the rules and regulations which is to be required to be followed by the state organs. It means being a part of public law, the constitutional law talks about how the state is to be get regulated, how the organ of the state is to be get regulated. Similarly, we will have to find administrative law. We have one subject, that subject is called administrative law. The administrative law talks about how the executive machinery of any state is to be get function. It means the administrative law, being a part of public law, talks about regulation of state machinery. It means we here conclude that public law is that kind of law which talks about the regulation of the state. Then we come to the meaning of private law. Private law are that kind of law which talks about how state regulate their subject. As for example, in semester 1 you are reading law of contract. So this law of contract is an example of private law. It is because that by that law, state express their will that how the contractual behavior of their subject is to be get regulated. This is the reason that law of contract is to be termed as a private law. So I hope so these two terminology, whenever the term used, that this is a part of public law, this is a part of private law, constitutional law is a public law, law of contract is to be part of private law. So you can easily appreciate what meaning we can infer by hearing the word public law and private law. Now, come with another classification of law. This is a very traditional classification which we are well acquainted. That classification is civil law and criminal law. So, as on the point of view of administration of justice, the law may be classified civil law and criminal law. In civil law, we are concerned with the civil wrongs, and in criminal law, we are concerned with the criminal wrongs or a public wrong. So civil law is mainly concerned with the individual rights, where the individual rights is to be created or where the individual right is to be addressed. That law is called civil law. Now, the criminal law is always concerned with the public wrongs. And here we will concern with that what are the act which is to be designated as an offense, what are the prescribed punishment for that offense, and the example of the civil criminal law is Indian Penal Code. Similarly, the example of civil law is law of contract, which you are reading in first semester. It is a kind of civil law. It means always to be remember that when you are reading law of contract, you must be appreciate the nature of that law before reading this law of contract. Here we are concluded the nature of law of contract. First, the law of contract is a private law. It means the law through which state prescribe the contractual behavior of their subject. Means the state regulating the contractual behavior of the state. This is a subject matter of law of contract. Similarly, you can also conclude here that law of contract is a kind of civil law. Once it is a kind of civil law, it means it only concerns with the individual rights of the party. Contractual rights are the private rights of the party, not the public rights of the party. It is the private rights of party. And here we are not concerned with the offense or punishment. Law of contract, since it is a part of civil law, to here We are not concerned with the punishment. We are only concerned with the infringement of private right of party. It is a private expression of the party. So by that you can classify the another classification for the purpose of applicability of law is substantive law and procedural law. So substantive law are those laws which creates right, duties, liberties, and legal power. And what are the remedies for infringement of that right, duties, and liberties? As for example, the Contract Act 1872, which you are reading, is an example of substantive law because by that law, what you are reading rights and obligation of party once they enter into the contract. As soon as party enter into the contract, what are the rights and obligation of the party? And if these rights and liabilities are not yet fulfilled, then what are the remedies for that? It is because of this reason this contract law is called substantive law. It means in substantive law we are only concerned with the rights, liabilities, and remedies of the contract. By reading the substantive law or by reading the law of contract, you only come across with what are the rights and liabilities of the party when they are entered into the contracts. And if the parties fail to fulfill that rights and liabilities, what are the consequences? The consequences is to pay the compensation. These things only are the subject matter of the substantive law. We have the law of contract is a part of substantive. But let us assume that once the breach of contract is to be occurred, then what the party will do? What the affected party will do due to that breach of contract? These things are not dealt by the Contract Act. These are dealt by the procedural law. It means how these rights, liabilities, and remedies, which is to be given by the substantive law, is to be get enforced, is a subject matter of procedural law. And procedural law for civil is called Code of Civil Procedure in India, and procedural law for criminal area is called Code of Criminal Procedure. So by that discussion, we can conclude, and I'm coming with meeting with discussion and conclusion. So I'm stop sharing and coming in meeting. So now, today we will discuss statutes and classification of statutes. The statutes, by the term statute, we will include the term statute is concerned with the state and of law. However, the law study of statutes. In law, we will study rules, regulation, by law also. But the term statute is a kind of one of the law. Now, we also discussed the classification of statute. That statutes may be a public and private statute, or the statutes may be a civil or criminal statute, or the statutes may be either in substantive in nature or a procedural in nature, or the statutes may be either public or private. So by and large, whether by that session are you able to understood the various classification or the term of statutes or not? Now, on this point, we will make a discussion. Yes, Maniji, are you asking something? Mani Rani Sharma, where it is?
Yes, yes. I was asking whether like supposing some law has been passed by Jharkhand, then that
Law that is passed by Jharkhand or Jharkhand legislative body.
yeah, you said the highest state, yeah.
In the state of Jharkhand, the highest legislative body is Legislative Assembly of Jharkhand. So law that is passed by the Legislative Assembly of Jharkhand. Now. ma'am,
Will that be considered
whether
a
it
statute
is
law?
statute or not.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, of course, ma'am, of course. In the context of Jharkhand state, the highest legislative body, which is to be considered as a legislative assembly of Jharkhand, whatever law is to be passed by that legislative assembly of Jharkhand is considered as statute. This exactly the meaning which I want to convey.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Ma'am, so I hope so. Today, today you can use statutes in the right sense. कभी भी आप हाईएस्ट लेजिस्लेटिव बॉडी किसी भी स्टेट की अगर इंडियन कॉन्टेक्स्ट में बात करें तो पार्लियामेंट के द्वारा बनाया हुआ लॉ जो कि पास बाय द है तो दैट इज कॉल्ड स्टैट्यूट्स और अगर स्टेट के सेंस में बात करें तो आप उसको स्टैट्यूट्स कह सकते हैं फ्रॉम दिस स्टेट. हाँ. Now we also discuss about the classification. Ma'am, any question in respect of classification? Sir, please. Law may be either the law of contract which you are reading is a kind of private law or public law. Please,
Private
prompt
law.
reply is required.
It's a private law.
Okay. Is it a kind of civil private law? Why it is called private law, ma'am?
So because the state regulates the subject.
Huh. Law by which the state, the law of contract, through the law of contract, whether state regulating the contractual behavior of the subject.
Yes, sir.
So law, is it so or not? Just to be think a minute and give an answer. The, by contract, law of contract, whether a state regulate the contractual behavior of their subjects. Now again, whether law of contract is an example of civil law or a criminal law.
So civil law.
Why it is civil law?
Because in civil law we deal with, person to person, their rights, their duties towards each other.
Private rights of the party and private wrongs are to be considered or a part of civil. So in law of contract, you never find the term offense
Yes.
and punishment for that offense. You never find because it only deals about the private wrongs or private rights and obligation between two parties.
Yes.
Now, whether this law of contract is an example of substantive law or a procedural law. Anybody else? Whether law of contract is a substantive law or a procedural law.
No, it is substantive.
सर आप लोग बोलिए अदरवाइज नहीं सीखेंगे.
Substantive law.
हाँ, why it is called substantive?
It determines the
हाँ,
rights.
why it is called substantive, sir?
It determines the rights and liabilities of a individual or a person.
Because this law express the rights and liabilities of party once they enter into the contract.
Yes.
So substantive.
Sir,
Neha ji, whether law of contract is a municipal law or a international law?
Municipal law.
Arushi ji, whether law of contract, municipal law. Why this is called municipal law?
Related with the state. It is related with the state.
हाँ, मतलब this law, Indian Contract Act, has a only applicability in India, within the territory of India. Once we see the extent and commencement, we will find that it applies throughout the territory of India except state of Jammu and Kashmir. ऐसा हम लोग कुछ पाते हैं इंडियन कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक्ट से। So it means it has only applicability within the territory of India. So this is an example of municipal law. इसीलिए हम लोग इसको कह सकते हैं म्युनिसिपल। तो द पर्पस ऑफ स्टडीइंग लॉ, अभी एक चीज मैं और क्लियर कर दूं, द पर्पस ऑफ स्टडीइंग लॉ इज टू स्टडीइंग दोज अथॉरिटी। जैसे लॉ इज जस्ट लाइक अ कॉमन सेंस, बट दैट कॉमन सेंस इज टू बी रेयर। तो मैंने क्या कहा कि लॉ एक कॉमन सेंस है जिसको हर लोग जानता है, ऐसा कोई बात नहीं लॉ के स्टूडेंट बन गए हैं तो आप ही इस बात को जान रहे हैं। लॉ एक ऐसी चीज है जिसके बारे में एवरीबडी इज टू बी गेट अवेयर, हर लोग उससे अवेयर है। ऐसा नहीं है कि कुछ लोग लॉ के बारे में नहीं जानते। तो बट बीइंग ए लॉ स्टूडेंट, व्हाट यूनिकनेस यू हैव, तो आप में और दूसरे में क्या अंतर होना चाहिए, ये इम्पोर्टेंट बात है। इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग इज दैट हाउ यू विल एक्सप्लेन और से एनीथिंग, you say anything with support of some authority। आप उस चीज को अथॉरिटी से सपोर्ट करके कहते हैं। आप कोई चीज बताते हैं तो आप अथॉरिटी को भी साइड करते हैं। तो दिस यूनिकनेस यू हैव बीइंग अ पार्ट ऑफ दिस लीगल फैटर्निटी और बीइंग अ पार्ट ऑफ लॉ स्टूडेंट, यही अंतर है सर। तो प्लीज ऑलवेज बी रिमेंबर ऑल ऑफ यू एंड इट्स माय हम्बल सबमिशन ऑल ऑफ यू कि लॉ पढ़ने का मतलब ये है, ये नहीं कि आप कॉमन सेंस को और थोड़ा डेवलप कर लीजिए। कॉमन सेंस तो एवरीबडी हैज एंड एवरीबडी हैज एन कॉमन सेंस इन रिस्पेक्ट ऑफ लॉ। तो आपको डेवलप क्या करना है, व्हाट डेवलपमेंट यू हैव टू रिक्वायर, you have to require the development whenever you say any statement, you must support your statement through some important authorities। तो आप हमेशा अथॉरिटी से सपोर्ट करके कोई स्टेटमेंट बोलिए। तो ये डेवलपमेंट है। then your purpose to reading law is to be getful। आपका पर्पस जो है वो लॉ पॉइंट हो जाएगा। अगर आप उसको सपोर्ट करके नहीं बोलेंगे तो फिर आप कॉमन सेंस पे ही बोल रहे हैं। तो एज फॉर एग्जांपल, जैसे मैंने आज स्टैट्यूट्स के बारे में डील किया, तो पहले स्टैट्यूट्स के बारे में एक जनरल कॉमन सेंस आपको बताया, देन आई सपोर्ट द थिंग बाय एक अथॉरिटी साइट किया आपको, ब्लैक लॉ डिक्शनरी में स्टैट्यूट्स को इस तरह से डिफाइन किया गया है। यू कैन आल्सो साइट द अथॉरिटी। जैसे अभी मैंने बताया कि व्हाई द लॉ ऑफ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट इज कॉल्ड, बिकॉज़ इन लॉ ऑफ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट यू विल फाइंड अ extent and commencement। In extent clause, you will find that the law has an applicability within the territory of India। So this way I support my statement। You need to also support your statement। This is a process through which you can get the legal knowledge rightly, and that has some applicability in legal arena। इसी की applicability है legal arena में। तो आपको यही डेवलप करना है सर। The studying of law is just to support your common sense with some authority। Everybody is aware with the law। ऐसा नहीं है कि लॉ हम और आप ही जान रहे हैं, हर आदमी जान रहा है, कॉमन मैन जान रहा है, बिकॉज लॉ इज टू बी फ्रेंड फॉर द कॉमन मैन। कॉमन मैन के लिए ही लॉ का फ्रेम होता है और लॉ इज टू रेगुलेट द रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन कॉमन मैन। तो इसीलिए एवरीबडी हैज समहाउ, either they have a wrong information or a right information, but they have a knowledge। उनके पास नॉलेज है कि ऐसा ऐसा कोई चीज होता है। तो व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन देयर नॉलेज एंड योर नॉलेज? तो देयर नॉलेज में इतना ही डिफरेंस है कि उनके पास कोई अथॉरिटी नहीं है, हमारे पास कोई अथॉरिटी है। तो हम उस अथॉरिटी से सपोर्ट करके चीजों को बोलते हैं बीइंग ए लॉ स्टूडेंट। दिस प्रोसेस ऑफ डेवलपमेंट इज टू बी रिक्वायर्ड। तो प्लीज बी कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड ऑन दैट कि आप कभी भी किसी बात को बोलिए कि जैसे आपसे पूछा गया कि व्हाट इज कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, तो आपने बोला कि सर कोई भी कॉन्ट्रैक्ट का मतलब जिसका लीगल इन्फोर्समेंट होगा वो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होगा, कोई भी एग्रीमेंट। तो आप इसको इस तरह से भी बोल सकते हैं कि एज पर सेक्शन 2H यू आर सपोर्टिंग समथिंग, सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं आप किसी चीज से, तो सपोर्ट करके ही बोलने का यू विल हैव टू डेवलप दिस हैबिट। तो प्लीज फॉर टुडे लेक्चर वी आर कंक्लूडिंग, तो वेदर एनी डाउट still exist, so I will take that down. Please, Sonam ji.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any doubt, ma'am, in respect of the meaning of statutes or the classification of
क्लास आज
statutes?
लेट ज्वाइन किया है।
तो हम लोग क्या कर सकते हैं मैम आपके लिए?
नहीं सर, कुछ करना नहीं है। आप स्टैट्यूज का जो डेफिनेशन आपने बताया, एक बार आप उसे फिर से समझाएंगे?
स्टैट्यूट्स कहने का मतलब हो रहा है मैम, द टर्म स्टैट्यूट्स रेफर्स द स्टेट the state is not a physical entity, it is an abstract entity. So by some way the state express their will, so the way through which the state express their will, how their subject is required to be regulated, so that expression is called statutes. उसी expression को statutes कहते हैं। अब ये अपने will को कैसे express करते हैं? बाय द हाईएस्ट लेजिस्लेटिव बॉडी जो किसी भी स्टेट की होती है। जैसे अगर इंडिया के कॉन्टेक्स्ट में हम लोग बात करें तो पार्लियामेंट इज एन हाईएस्ट लेजिस्लेटिव बॉडी इन इंडियन यूनियन के सेंस में। एंड अगर झारखंड स्टेट के बारे में आप बात करें तो स्टेट ऑफ झारखंड के लिए लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली ऑफ झारखंड इज एन हाईएस्ट लेजिस्लेटिव बॉडी। तो ये बाय लॉ मेकिंग जो भी चीज पास करते हैं, ये लॉ जो बनाते हैं ये हाईएस्ट लेजिस्लेटिव बॉडी, तो बाय दैट स्टेट जो है वो अपने विल को एक्सप्रेस किया कि नहीं इस पॉइंट ऑफ सब्जेक्ट पे the peoples are required to do this. If they not do, then these are the consequences. तो अगर वो नहीं करेंगे तो ऐसा consequence होगा, ठीक है। तो this law which is to be framed by the highest legislative body of any state, through which the state express their will on any subject, किसी subject पे उसने express किया कि इस subject पे आपको ऐसे काम करना है नहीं करना है, तो that is called statute। उसी को हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं? statute। So by and large this discussion you can notice that the term law and the term statute has a minute difference। इस डिस्कशन से आपने क्या समझा कि statutes और law वर्ड जो हम लोग यूज कर रहे हैं जनरली, statute is a kind of law, वो एक प्रकार है। statute ही सब law होता है ऐसा कोई बात नहीं है। law has a wider expression, it includes statutes। इसमें statutes भी एक बात है। law में हम लोग बाई लॉज भी होते हैं, रूल्स भी होते हैं। दोज बाई लॉज एंड रूल्स रेगुलेशन दैट इज टू बी फ्रेम्ड बाय द एग्जीक्यूटिव अथॉरिटी, जो एग्जीक्यूटिव अथॉरिटी को डेलीगेटेड होता है कि आप अपने रूल्स रेगुलेशन अपने परिस्थिति के अनुसार फ्रेम कर सकते हैं। तो दैट इज आल्सो कवर्ड अंडर द टर्म लॉ। बट स्टैट्यूट्स का मतलब सिंपल है कि स्टेट की जो हाईएस्ट लेजिस्लेटिव बॉडी जो है जो लॉ बनाती है दैट इज कॉल्ड स्टैट्यूट, उसको ही हम लोग सिर्फ स्टैट्यूट कहते हैं। And by that discussion you can also be very able to differentiate between statute and law. So I hope so that the term statute is to be get clear to you, ma'am Sonam ji। हाँ, clear हो गया मैम?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so again we also discuss about the classification। Statute is to be classified on various purposes, and the context which is this is to be being used। statutes जो है वो classify बहुत purpose के से भी होता है और context से भी होता है जिसमें इसको use किया जाता है। जैसे some statutes may be called public law, some may be called private law, some may be called civil law, criminal law। ऐसा classification you come across with these kind of things। This is a civil law, this is a criminal law, this is a public law, this is a private law, this is a municipal law, this is international law, then this is a substantive law, and this is the procedural law। So these are the classification of statutes depending upon the purpose as well as the context it is being used। जिस कंटेस्ट और जिस पर्पस के लिए ये यूज किया जा रहा है उसके लिए ये चीजें बताई गई। ठीक है। आई होप सो इन टुडे डिस्कशन ये बहुत बेसिक चीजें हैं विच वी नीड टू बी ऑलवेज रिमेम्बर। इन बेसिक चीजों को आप लोग को हमेशा याद रखना है। तो आई होप सो, and if there is any problem then you will have to clear your problem in another class also. Thank you very much for coming, and I hope so the attendance is very low. We have only a 10% and rest is not coming to attend the class. It is not good thing. So my humble submission to all of you, all working professionals, that you are required to attend the classes at least first and second. After that, we are not forcing to attend your class, but first and second class you do have, please attend. Because without it, the purpose is to be get frustrated, and our purpose is to be give a good knowledge to the working professionals. Neha ji, thank you. I am asking some question to you, ma'am, but you are not responding. So, are you able to speak, ma'am?
Maybe the problem that time, sir. I'm not.
Okay, ma'am. Never mind, ma'am. Never mind. We will have to be some important interaction in another class. Okay, ma'am. Thank you all. Thank you all for coming. Now class is concluded. Now the class is concluded. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Class is to be concluded.
So next class will take place?
No, ma'am. Next class will not to be happen. This is a class of legal discussion. So
Yes,
we will
sir.
continue from next week for that legal discussion. Okay,
sir.
ma'am. So next class नहीं होगा. Please all.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.